really like how big the circle is.
Swim, swim, water falling off your skin. Swim, swim, I could spend a lifetime watching you. Swim, swim, this is how we do.
Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States, and this is special for me, and I know it's special for many people. This is their first group comeback since the enlistment. Not only that, it is my very first group comeback since completing their entire discography marathon over on the Patreon side. So you're gonna see an older release or two that goes onto YouTube from that journey if you want to binge away and see all of what I was exposed to in the order in which I was over there. You can absolutely do that, but I cannot wait to look at this with the kind of understanding that I have now, connecting and bridging what my lived experience with the group back in 2014 to now. It's gonna be great. So I'm ready, I hope you are. Let's watch. Very happy to see what showed up on my feed today. A couple armies had uploaded the live performance of Swim on the Spotify premium release. And I'm looking forward to this because my gut says it's gonna be a dance performance and we get to actually talk about the dance. At this point in time, I've already seen the Arirang comeback live. That is over on the Patreon side because obviously I would get dinged and sliced and guillotined away on YouTube if I even attempted to upload that there, but it's over there if you want to watch. Okay, enough of me talking about that. Let's watch the dance. Do we have an English? We don't. That's life. It's all in English. Oh, okay. It's like a boat hanger. Look at that. RM, both of his feet moving and grooving. Obviously, this was filmed before his injury. The definition of less is more. I like the direction change for that. I think I remember saying that the first time I watched it. Oh, come on now. I really like how big the circle is. And we swimming. Cool. I have taken a listen to the full album on my own time, and out of all the songs, I do like Swim. It's a nice song. It sonically sounds cool to me. And I know that, depending on who you ask, they're going to have different song preferences. I always respect artists whenever, especially when we marathon them and you're able to listen to so many different directions and eras that they exist in growing up. And BTS is, of course, no exception to that. You get to hear and respect the journey of themselves as artists and where they want to sonically create for themselves. And so in the case here, do I like all the songs? No, I don't like all of them. There's some that I like more than others. I'd say this one, and then the Animals one, I think it's hold on. See, now I gotta figure out what the title is. Like Animals. Those two on the album I really liked, but whenever I watched the live, there were more songs that I enjoyed because you had the energy of the crowd and you had the energy of the environment that I think contributed to those tracks in that space. So we're going to talk about the dance here, and I may look at the dance practice if it gets released, because I don't know if this will make its way and stay on YouTube if people, start taking these down, because you know how YouTube and copyright holders can be. But we're going to try our best to enjoy what we have here. I'm going to drop it to 0.75. All right. So choreography technically starts about right here. I really like the speed change on this, where you're going on how they're saying it. Water falling off your skin, where they use the transition from here to spread out, and then they go on the bases as they signal the arms from one side to another. It's really nice. Then they notice they're not still. They're creating tension and they're speed changing the entire time. I really like that, because water, when you think about it, it's not good when it's still, is what I've been told. It's not healthy water when it's still. So there's always a movement, a current. Even if it looks still up top, there's probably so much happening underneath the surface. So I like that we're emulating that here in our movement choices, and it's harder to be clean that way, even though it's simpler than things that we've seen them do. I like the torso with the isolation of the arms on that. You have that watching, like a little salute moment, but we're watching, right? We drop it down. We're continuing through. I really like the less is more moment here. I remember whenever I reviewed Butterfly, that one had really nice captivating moments. There were some disconnects personally for me in the composition, but that's a complete side topic. Go watch that if you're curious. But I really like how, with that one, there's a lot of speed change to help complement there. Here, this one complements the flow. When you think of swim, you think water. Those types of, legato tension movements are maintained. It's cool. And then they end up swimming, open it out. They end up doing it twice, at least a single arm, open it up. And then they take the single arm again, using that as a direction change or transition. And then we go into the second course with choreo, and we're walking. It's still structured, which I really like. And then we bounce it, and some of us are using a little scoop of the hips as we're making this bounce, a little bit of a rock happen. I like it. And then they make it nice and clear, and they're moving speed change up versus speed change down. So I like the different plane explored. I like the opposition of feature moving across, more pedestrian when everybody else is taking a tension hold choice. It's nice. Then he joins back in, at least in torso, even though his gestures are different. Helps you keep feature very well. They bring it down. I like that he sends it over and around, and I like how they also contribute in that way. It shows a subtle form of manipulation of the environment, but it just makes your feature in the group look more cohesive. It's great. And then they take it, body rolls nice. They cross it in front. So they're not just walking forward, they end up crossing the feet, which I thought was nice. It's a different kind of choice to make in your transition. Arms go up. I like that you had it turn into a subtle add-on just in transition. It looks cool. They drop it down, they go up, up, up. That's really nice. They drop it down, we slide it up. The walk is nice. You have the swim going from one person now. Then they all move towards the back. It's really nice how they converted the formation from more of a clumped section into a double diagonal. It's really cool. And then they turn, they reverse it. And then they go boom, doom. Same as before. A fantastic way to repackage the content from what you saw the first time, right? Without doing too much. It turns into an add-on, swim, swim. And then they swing the arm. And then they go watch, drop it down, speed change again. Now we have a different camera pan, which is why I don't mind a moving cam. I would love a fixed cam version of this just so we can see what it looks like from a fixed position. Because both times I've seen it, it's been moving, which has allowed us to really appreciate when we're still versus when we're moving a lot, because it's a collaboration with camera, especially for live performances. But I always like to see things from as many vantage points as possible to understand it to the best of my abilities. And then you hear the bases on that interruption to come back up. We swim. And then you have, I just want to dive, and then they're walking. I would say something that I do wish. I wish we were walking on tempo. I mean, it kind of feels like to a degree we are, but I bet you they had to choose between walking on tempo and actually spreading this formation out and walking. So I say let's pick our battles for that. You have the drop out, so you can focus on tone. It's really nice. Isolating it to just a single person also is cool. Sorry, something's stuck in my throat. And then we pan to somebody else. Cool. Huzzah! This was really, really nice. Shout out to EMXDILE. I will put them in the description if you want to watch the original reference that I'm looking at here. I like the fact that this was released so we can look at it much sooner than I was expecting. I'm really glad that we have OT7 doing it in the ideal format with everybody there and we don't have to make modifications. I think it was interesting to see the modifications made for stage because life happens, things like that happen, and I'm glad that, you know, it's unfortunate that I know that RM really wanted to go to the best of his abilities, but he did the best he could under the circumstances, right? And I think everybody did a really good job. Very impressed at how the live stream itself worked the way that it did with the quality in which it was for it being a live stream. So I thought that was very interesting. I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing more dance performances in the sense of something like this where we can actually focus on the movement that's going on, not just the vibes of the space. Both are cool, but for what we do here on the YouTube side, I like being able to talk about the dance and why it looks cool. And I would say here, this is a really nice puzzle piece in their overall movement portfolio. If you want to see more, like I've said, I've marathoned their entire discography, which is a lot. There's is the hugest, largest collection I have on Patreon by a landslide. So if you want to binge away at something to wait for more material, that's a perfect thing you can do. If not, that's fine. We'll release some stuff in due time. You guys know me, I know you. I'm Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.